right? So here I want to explain one point actually. Okay, let me go. So I think whoever has worked, right? Maybe it's working or not, right? So here we are capturing the three values, right? Transaction number, transaction time, and transaction date. Okay. So just want to get an input from you. Like, have you used the separate action for each and every field? Have you used separate write action for each and every field in the Excel?
Yes, I was trying to do that, but I was getting error. But yeah, separate action. Correct.
Okay, separate action, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. Right. So what we can do here, basically, we can use a single action and we can write the multiple values. Okay. So maybe I can explain how it can be done. So here, okay, let me see. UiDemo. So, okay. Hmm. So here, what we have to do, we have to create three columns, right? And at the same time, we have to write in those three columns, right? Correct. So there, I think you have used a separate action. But what we can do, we can use a single action, and by using a single action, we can add the multiple values into the column. Okay. How can we do that? So launch Excel. Okay. So here we can give the okay. And now we have to uh, write. Correct. Write to Excel worksheet. So now how to write it multiple values? Percentage, curly braces, open close, square braces, right? In the single quote, okay? Single quote we can give those column name. For example, trans num, okay? Comma, single quote, trans time, right? Comma, trans day. Trans. And here we can give from where we want to start from D1, right? So just give D1. So what it will do, right? It will write into the D1, E1 and F1 as okay. So suppose if you want to write four columns, correct? So we should not use for example, four write to Excel action. We can use a single write to Excel action, right? And we can give the multiple values in the same action. Understood?
Oh, this is good. This is good. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Right. Now, at the same time, here also here we have added the column. Now we have to add the values. Correct. For values also we can do in a similar way. Okay. Only minor difference is there. Okay. So what is the minor difference? Here we are giving the column name. Okay. So that's the reason we are giving this in a single quote. Okay. But the our value, right? Like transaction number, transaction time, transaction date. It is in variable, correct? So instead of this name, we have to give the variable name, and we should not give this in a single quote. That is the only difference. Okay, so I can explain you. Suppose I'm having set variable. Okay, This is just understanding purpose. Huh? You have the flow created. So for example, this is a trans num variable. Okay. Okay. Control C, control V, control V. Okay. Here I can give trans time. Okay. This is trans date. Okay. So you can see we are having three variable trans num, trans time, trans date, and we have to give it here. So how to give, right? Again, percentage, okay. Then curly braces, square braces, right? Now we'll not give a single quote. Now we'll go to this select variable. So what is the first thing we have to give? Suppose our first column is trans num, okay. So we have to go in a sequence based on our column name. So if suppose our column first column is trans num, then select trans, okay. Then it will come into the percentage. Remove the percentage, comma, okay. Go to the second value. So your second column is trans time, then select the trans. Remove this first, okay, comma. And the last column is transaction date, right? Select transaction date, remove this percentage. That's it. Now we have to write from the D2, correct? So here I can give D, and here we have to give that row count variable, correct? Row count. Agree? So whoever has completed and whoever have facing issue, please try it quickly, right? uh, and if there are any issue, any challenge, I will resolve those. Okay, Dipali, you have joined today, so have you watched the yesterday's recording yet? To be last sessions, whatever.
No, not yet. I will check today and practice
Oh,
from the recording.
sure, Dipali. And in case if you have any problem, any issues, right, please ping me.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Could you go back to the step two, please? Can you open it? I just want to take a one look. Okay. Okay.
So
Thank
just a
you.
quick one. Regarding this column, how is this variables identifying that it's column D? I mean, because we have three variables, right? Stance, number, date, and
So
time
this
and
is
date.
not variable. Okay. So this is initially column
This is
name
the
I have
actual,
given.
yeah, this is the actual column name. But when we mention column D and uh, and to write value, we are mentioning three variables, right? The three actual column names.
See, if you're
So how
talking
is it?
about variable, these are the variable. Okay. These are
Yeah,
the variable.
right, right. But my question is when we mention column as D. And we have three columns to write for, right? How is it getting D, E, and F? I'm slightly confused here. So if
No,
you have to
no.
write on three columns, let's say,
So this is starting point. Okay. So
oh, okay,
this is
okay,
starting point. So suppose row count has a 2, right? Because it will start from D2, correct? So what it will do, trans num, it will write into the D2, okay? Then trans time, it will write into the E2, okay? And trans date, it will write into the F2.
okay. So the starting point would be D. We just have to mention the starting point,
Yes,
and
yes,
and the consecutive columns would be taken
yes,
by itself. Okay,
yes.
got it.
Mm,
Thanks.
Now, on to extend that question, right? How generally it takes all these variables in a string character because number, then there is a time. So there's a date time, right? So does it takes that particular type of
No,
the value?
no.
No,
See, whatever you will capture, okay,
that
from the
would be.
application, right?
Mhm.
It will be considered in string only. Okay. Same case applicable while writing also. So whatever you will write here, okay, that will also consider as a string only.
Okay.
Okay. So please try any error. Let. Okay. Now we will go for a like UI automation, or or I can say web automation specifically, right? Okay. So what is the problem statement here? Like this is the website. Okay, I can send to the group chat. RPA Challenge. Okay. So what we have to do here? Basically, we have to enter the employee information. Okay. So this is the website, right? And where is the employee information? So this is your employee information, right? So what I want to do, I want to take this information from the Excel and want to send to this application one by one. Suppose first what we will do, will work on a first, right? Where we will take this information, we'll enter. Then we'll click on the submit button, correct? Then fresh form will open, and then we'll enter the next transaction or next record, right? Similar way, I want to do it for all the records are available in this particular Excel. Okay, so this is the problem statement. So it's clear, everyone? Clear है आपको कोई question, doubt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So suppose I'm saying you, right, like please go ahead and do this, right? For example. So can you please tell me, like you will be able to do it, or maybe you can think there are some challenge, and where are those challenges, right? So any idea?
So looks like we can try. I mean, instead of the desktop application, we'll be just selecting web-based options.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
As actions.
Any other point?
Yeah, I mean, instead of opening the Excel, you are basically giving the URL, right?
No, no.
And
Excel is also there, no?
no, but okay, no. So what I'm saying, yeah, Excel is there, the URL instead of launching application, correct? Yeah, you're getting into the URL to input this
Mm-hmm.
data, right, into those individual fields, then submit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Fine. No.
Yeah.
So see, this is very similar to what we did. So, okay, there is no any difference, correct? So what we will do, we'll launch the Excel, we'll read all the data, then we'll launch this web application, correct? And then we'll enter the data here and we'll click on the submit button, correct? This field we have to consider as a populate, right? We'll populate, correct? That's so. Let's start and see how it is working. Okay. So this is RPA challenge. Okay. The only thing here you can see, okay, I'm going to click on the submit button, right? So just let me know what difference you can see. Okay, so see, I'm going to click on the submit. I click first time, now next time. So can you please tell me what is the difference you can see?
Selectors are changing sir, actually.
The positions have changed.
Correct. So you
Okay.
can see the positions are getting changed. Okay. And due to this, we can face some issues. Okay. But let's see how it can be done. Correct. So first thing, as we discussed, what we will do, we'll create it into the init state first. Okay. Init state. Then processing state. Correct. The last one is inst. Okay. Inst. So what we will do first in the init state, will launch X, give the path. These are, now we have to read all that. From Excel worksheet. Okay, all available advanced. Right now we have to open the browsers. So to open the browser, it's only one time, right? It's not a repetitive. So if you want to launch the browser, we can use this launch. Okay, launch. So it supports this four browser: IE, Chrome, then Firefox, and Microsoft Edge. Okay. So what I will do, I will use Chrome. Okay. And you can see launch new instance means it will launch new instance. Go ahead and give this UI. This UI. Okay. Windows state always we have to select maximize. Why? Because sometimes we will resize the browser, right? And then we'll close it. But when it will open next time, it will open in the same position. So that's the reason. Make it maximum. Okay, maximum, and it will create the instance for browser also. Okay. Now we are done with init state. Correct. We have to go to the process. Can anyone tell me which loop we will use? Which loop we can use?
For each.
For each, right? For each. Use this. This is the input. Excel will mention loop. Correct. Now we have to write here. Correct. What we have to write? Phone number, address, role income. So which action we will use? Copy. Copy. Now we are working on the web. Okay. So we have to use the web actions. Okay. Which action? Web action. Take this. Okay. Go. Add UI link. Right. So just go here. Select this. Okay. Right. Now we have to give the phone number. So percentage, row, square braces, single quote. Okay. And what we will do? We'll give the phone number. Okay. We'll give the phone. Similar way, we'll go to the next field. Okay. What is the next field? For example, address. Okay. Or any field basically. Okay. It's not. Next field is a rolling. I will not take all the fields. Okay. So you can. Okay. Done. So what is this rolling? Done. And what is the last? Press button. Press on the web. Okay. So what we discussed yesterday? What is the thumb rule? When we are indicating any element, go there, go to this edit selector, okay, and click on the test. Okay, click on the test. See, it's working. Okay, let's go check. It's working, right? Similar way we can do for submit order. Correct? Now let's run and see what is happening. Right? Now we have to call the subflow. So what we have to mention? What we have to mention? Run sub. Then processing and then ends. Okay, save, close. Okay, let's run. See, it launch Excel, it launch web application, but it is not typing, and it has given the error. What error it has given? Can anyone recognize this error? What it is trying to say? By reading the error, we can understand, right? What it is saying?
Basically,
It's
the
not able to
selection is
find the
incorrect.
Correct, correct. So what it is saying, I'm not able to find out the selector. But initially, when we have captured it, right, what we did, we have tested also. But what mistake we did? We have tested only one instance. We have to test on two, three instances. Okay. So why this error is getting? Now you can go edit selector, go here, and now test. It will not work. See, it is not working. Why? Because these selectors are dynamic. So what we have to do after that? Can you see these elements, right? Inside the elements, we are having around 10, 12 fields, right? So we have to go to the each and every field or element and check, can we get something unique, okay, to identify that particular object, okay? So nothing is here. No, it's blank, right? So it's class. So make sure class never be a most of the time, right, will be shared across common. So it's not a unique. So don't consider class at all. So you will come to know this by experience. Okay. Go to the next one. No, this is not. This is not. So here we can see action. Okay. But it is showing the URL, right? So URL is common for all. So it should not be a unique. No, nothing. It's empty. It's also only class. And now what it is taking? It's taking the ID. Can you see this ID? So whatever the selectors captured by your automation tool, right? So it contain all the selectors, but it has selected this one because it felt this is a unique. Okay. Why? Because it felt this is a unique, but at the end it's not a unique. Now we have to find out the unique select. Okay. So how to find out the unique selector? So yesterday I explained, like in the next session I will explain you about the selector, right? Or I can show you. So suppose what is the first field? This is for phone number, right? So go to your web application. Where is the phone number? This is the phone number. Right click, okay, right click and see the last option. What is the last option? Inspect. Okay. So just select the inspect. Okay. As soon as, right, as soon as you click on the inspect, okay, right, what we have to do? Where is phone number? Go here. Can you see this blue color line? Those are the selectors which are associated with the phone number. Okay. And our tool has captured this ID. Okay. Right. But this ID is changing every time. See, previously it was something different for S, correct? But now it is different. So every time, whenever there is a new instance, right, this ID is changing. So we have to find out something unique. So what do we have here? ID. So ID is changing. Name is also changing along with the ID. Can you see? Class. So as I said, class most of the time, right? It's not a unique. So what is left? Can you see this NG reflect name? Label phone, right? This is the const. Then you will ask how I will come to know. Then click on the submit and verify, right? Right click, select inspect. Can you see this label phone? Okay. Can you see this label phone? This is constant, but this is changing. right? So what we have to do, we have to take this selector and add it here. So whenever we want to add it here, right, we will not able to add it directly. We have to go to the text editor. Can you see this text editor? Enable it. Enable it. Remove this ID. Remove this ID. Okay. And just go here. Just double click. Double click. Control C and Control V. Okay. And now click on the test and test. Now it is working. But what we discuss, we have to test on a multiple instance. Correct? Test. See, it is working, right? So make sure every time we should test on a multiple, right? Same. Same thing we can do for company name, role in company, right? So you can say this is ID. So go here, company name or role in company, where is role? Right. In, so you can see the same nature here also. ID is changing. Then we can go and select this copy, enable, right, add and test. Working, but this is not enough. Click on submit, test. Okay, done. Now what we can do, go to the main, run and see how it is working, right? And in this scenario, what we can do, right? This launch exercise, okay, make is visible. We can remove it so that it will not open the Excel file at all. Correct? Okay. Go to the end. We have to close that window as well, right? Or we can say the tab. Close web browser. I can take this browser, right? And close the Excel also, right? So that it will get closed in the background also. Okay, even though it's not opening, but it will open in the background. So it should close in the background also. Save it. Okay, then run and see how it is working. Now you can see, even though positions are here and there, it will work perfect. Okay. So what you can do, everyone, just try for 2 to 3 fields first, and then rest of the fields you can try as a assignment. Okay. So only important thing, we should understand how to make the selector dynamic, and there are various techniques. Okay, to make the selector dynamic. So this is one of the techniques, right? We'll see all the techniques one by, and there is no thumb rule. Okay, there is no thumb rule like here we have to use this technique, right, and then at another place we have to use a different technique, right? We have to try it and we have to see it, how can we make it time. Okay, so any question, any doubt?
So, Vaibhav, this exercise of identifying a unique parameter,
Mhm.
is this mandatory for each and every web automation?
It depends. Okay, if your selectors are dynamic, then only we have to do. If it's static, then not required.
Okay, so when you say dynamic, as in the other fields were changing, it was only this
Yes.
unique ID which was not changing. So in this case, we'll have to do it this way, right?
No, no, no. But I mean to say, like when we have indicated, right, it has capture ID.
Ah,
So that ID was dynamic, right?
correct.
So in that scenario, we have to make
Correct.
it dynamic.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think the best practices would be to use this in dynamic, right? So tomorrow, as part of the maintenance, if someone is adding another field, right, as a change request kind of, right, then your existing flow won't work, right, if it's not dynamic in
No, no,
nature.
no. It's not the thing, Praveen. Okay. Uh, so forget about in the future, right? But
Hmm.
even in the current scenario, it will not work. Correct? This is first. Second thing, from the maintenance point of view, you are saying, correct?
Hmm.
So it may happen. This is the structure or entire things have changed, right? So at that time, we have to come back. We have to see. Uh, suppose here we are going to the inspect for company name, right? So
Hmm.
suppose tomorrow any UI changes and happen, right? And within that UI changes, this label also change. Okay, then at that time also we have to go ahead and make it dynamic. But as a part of that UI change, if it is not changing, then no, not really.
So let me again understand this. So see in this same form, the current consider this is currently is a static, right? Means there's no changing dynamically happening. But say tomorrow after 1 month, I want to add say line of business as another field, right? In the same form, and then I will align some of these field position, right? So in that case, if our variable are static in nature, not like selector dynamic, then I have to rework for all the variables, right? Because their positions and all will change.
Not position. Okay, even the position are changing doesn't matter, right? So that we have handled. Okay, if
Okay.
you said if there is another field going to add it, right?
Mhm.
So what developer will do, they will not change anything in the existing one, they will only just add one more field, right? So in that case we have to add only that field here. In terms of populate text field, we have to make it dynamic, whatever
Okay.
we did now, that's it.
Okay. So aligning the field won't change. That's what we are saying, correct?
No, no, no. So what I'm saying,
Mhm.
alignment is changing doesn't matter. Okay, why?
Mhm.
Because we are not uh, checking the alignment. What we are checking? We are checking the selectors. Correct?
Okay.
So suppose in simple language. So what our automation will do? It will try to search for an address. Okay. So it can be anywhere. Doesn't matter. So it will search address and then it will type.
Okay.
Okay. Same case with other fields. But suppose if developer had changed this name directly, okay, then our automation will not able to understand. Then we have to add this new name and then it will understand even though its positions are changed. Okay. So please try. I'm sharing this Excel file right away via email.
So I have two questions.
Mhm.
So first is with the extraction of data from the Excel. So when we mention this row name and we give that percent and then we mention the exact column name, how does Power Automate understand that this is the row that it is picking up? I know the placeholder is there. We give the placeholder of the column, but how does it understand that row one, row two? Of course, the loop is there, but does it go based on the placeholder? Because first line is definitely the header, right? And we don't have to get the value from header, but we have to take the value which is next to the header. So I'm slightly confused here. How does it pick the values?
I have sent the email. Okay. So you can see, okay, this is the Excel data. Okay, right? Can you see,
Yes.
Sajid? This is Excel.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So what I said, like it will take one by one. So it will take first row, second row, third row, fourth, fifth, whatever, right?
Right.
And if you want to see the row, see, this is the row. Okay, this is last, right? See, so it will send this one by one, correct? So row has all the information, right? Now, suppose if you want to type or write into the email or address, then if you give the row, it will enter all the information, correct? Now
No,
here,
that I sorry to interrupt you, sir. That I got it. I mean, when we extract the entire row, so I understand the entire row is like a table which we have first name to address the entire set of rows available in that particular row that we have extracted. But when we mention percent row and then we give specifically column name, for example here, first name when we give, how does it understand that first name is Anne is here? Because
So
we are
why?
actually giving the header name, right?
No. So it will take this row, correct? As I said, right? And if this row has this header, so what we are saying, pick up the value from this row where header has a first.
Okay. So the
Okay.
sentence means in that this is the header. Don't take the
Yes,
header, but whatever value is against that header,
correct,
pick up.
correct,
Okay.
correct. Same case with last name, company name, and all the.
Okay, got it. And so my second question is, so here we have opened the form and we have extracted the property names because it is a fixed value. What if we have 60 fields with us? Here it is easy because we have 5 fields with us. Do we need to follow the same steps for like 50 placeholders are there? Do we need to
So you
go
can
open the
see, okay, yeah, I got your point, right? So you're talking about this, right? This one, correct? This one, right? Elements, correct?
yeah, so if you have to set the value for each
Yes,
elements.
yes.
Okay.
Because unless and until we are not going through and checking, how we'll come to know what is a unique, right? And it is not the necessary thing for each and every time, okay? But as I said, we don't know if the applications are dynamic and how to handle it, right? So that's the reason. Because see, if it's something straightforward, right, anyone can do it, correct? But I have found
Yeah.
out such type of scenario. So when you are working on the live cases or with your organization, right? And if you are facing challenges, you can easily tackle those. So that's the intention of taking such exam.
Understood.